落ち着いて。亡者再臨。涙雨。来る手は触れる。立ちなさい。天使を授けん。償いたまえ。さようなら。亡者再臨。立ちなさい。涙雨。
Get rid of this real quick. Fucking hype train notification is kind of annoying. Hannah, thanks so much for the 44-month resub. Welcome back. You're live early. Yes, I am. Because Genshin Impact preview stream, so it's time to react Andy that shit. How was the job? It's stressful. Not in terms of workload, because they know I'm a new hire, or I'm the new guy, so they're taking it easy on me. I'm just stressed about the commute and just doing my job right. But it's a transitional phase, just doing my best to adjust to it as best I can. Still fucking stressful though. It's 3 AM, why are you up? Again, Genshin live stream, so here we are. Here we are. Let's see. I still need to do the triple ornament event and shit like that. So I'll probably go farm inert cell Soto for aventuring, I think. Don't think you can see comments? No, I can. I'd like to prioritize Twitch chat though, because I consider Twitch to be my main streaming platform, but I do still see YouTube chat. So yes, I do see you posting cock in my YouTube chat. Tipomaniac, thanks so much for the 9-month resub. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, welcome back everybody. For those of you who are here, I know we probably won't have that many people. I mean, let's be honest, how many people do I usually have anyway? But yeah, early morning stream. Most of my viewers probably aren't even awake right now, so we'll just chill until the Genshin preview stream shows up. We'll just be big chillin' for the most part. Excuse me. Looking forward to rolling Marianning soon in FGO. Yeah, they've already announced our the Super Paul event or the Super Bunyan event. So. Probably a bot account. Bot accounts don't leave comments quite like that, so I'm not too worried about that. Hey, Nuclear, welcome back.
私を楽しむ。いった。動じないで。出発すべてが消える。ほとばしい過去のほとばしい過去の
Happy 4 a.m. Yes, sir. And Chapter 13 in Arknights. Yep. About to get all those soon. I hear that the CN server dropped quite the lore bomb on the game with the most recent event, and it came out of literally fucking nowhere too. So Twitter's been quite a buzz with that, I think, lately. Go to sleep, bro, please. I couldn't. That's why I'm here. Also, you're not my fucking mom, so shut the fuck up. And even if you were, I'd still tell you to shut the fuck up. She probably should have taken that, actually. Actually, it doesn't even matter. At least not for Acheron, so what the fuck. Hey, King Bama, welcome back. How's it going? $4 a.m. It's late, yeah. But the Genshin preview stream is always at what? It's like 4 or 5 a.m. I guess it's 5 a.m. now that it's daylight savings time, or daylight savings time is gone now. So, all right, we're looking for good inert pieces for my adventuring. So we're looking for. Actually, I think we're looking for defense planar, because I plan to give my adventuring, what is it, 2-piece follow-up, and along with either 2-piece. Gosh, I don't know actually. Chat, have people theorized? Have people theory crafted like what the ideal like DPS relic sets would be for adventuring? That would still give in what 4,000 defense. What would it be? Like 2-piece. My initial projection is that he'll probably want 2-piece follow-up, and then either 2-piece defense set or something else. Maybe 2-piece speed. I suppose 2-piece speed wouldn't be bad. I mean, it never is. But if he's gonna run DPS sets, then he's not getting defense percent from his from the actual set bonuses, which means he has to have what shit like defense body, because he's gonna get 48% crit rate as long as he gets what, like 4,000 defense. So what does he run? Defense body and defense planar maybe? But would those two defense sets alone be enough? Because if it's not, then we'd have to run 2-piece defense set on top of that, along with what 2-piece follow-up. So I'm just kind of curious as to what a DPS adventuring set would be. Attack percent, and I suppose he'd run defense rope too. Now that I think about it. What game am I referring to have a 1.5 time? Oh, for some reason my YouTube stream always defaults to 1.5 time. I don't know why it does that. I've changed the stream I've updated the stream title. I update it every time I go live. Or I have to update it manually, rather. So it should be changed by now. Just ignore the whole 1.5 time thing. It's just kind of what it defaults to every time for some weird reason. You did all the you did all the triple ornaments and you didn't get shit. Welcome to relic farming. After all, you know, 0 times 3 is still 0, am I right? What's the news about the Giga Harder Abyss and Genshin? Did they actually cook? It's just a leak for now. Or a rumor for now, as far as I'm aware. Like, I think Tectone covered it. I saw Zajeff talk about it on his stream, I think. Or at least that was one of his recent stream titles. But all we know is that they might be working on a new Abyss, as far as I'm aware. If it actually is true, if it actually does exist, we'll have to see how strong. We'll have to see how hard of a game mode it is, or how difficult it really is. Personally, I don't think it'll be that difficult. Because again, you know, I'm even amazed that they're even considering, like, this is even a leak at all in the first place. Considering it hasn't even been like a year, it hasn't even been 2 years since, you know, we got that last meme interview about them, you know, saying all that bullshit about, you know, oh, we don't want to cause too much anxiety in our players, and all of a sudden, like, not even like 2 years later, we get this confirmation, or not confirmation, again, it's just a rumor for now, but all of a sudden we get the shit about how, there goes my alarm, about how, oh, now Genshin's starting to work on New Abyss. So, in my opinion, it's probably, if I were to guess, it probably won't be that hard. Because again, you don't want to piss off the casuals. But I suppose we'll see. Hey Dusty 1991, welcome to the stream. imagine Abyss becomes easier. I mean, it wouldn't matter for all any of us who already were able to 36-star Abyss. Like, that doesn't really matter. Like, we'll meme about it, sure, but what does it really change? Honestly, in the for the overall health of the game, that might actually be a good thing, unironically, because that means that more casual players will be encouraged to actually do Abyss. Like, if they actually do make it easier. So, personally, I'm a bit of a fan of the idea, if I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Like, anything that makes a Genshin endgame more accessible to more players is not a bad thing, in my opinion. But that's just my own take on that. Substats are more important than relic sets, right? If you have if you can run off pieces that have really good substats, then yes, overall that is better than having full sets with like shitty pieces. I believe the Hoyoverse community calls them like rainbow sets or some shit like that, where you have where you run all off pieces or something. But yes, technically speaking, that is better. Having like really cracked substat relics over having shitty substat relics, but having a full set. Good luck with relics. I'll need it, I know. Yeah, I don't really expect to get much out of these either, but we'll see if I can at least get some decent event train pieces. And this one is actually rather nice. It's defense percent with effect res and crit rate, so that's a good start at least. This is also defense percent, but shittier stats. Lightning damage boost. This is actually not bad. If I ever need an inert Salsoda piece with lightning damage boost. Actually, I could try rolling this and see if this rolls any better for my genuine actually. Because I know my genuine's current planar is kind of shit right now. It has double crit, but I think it rolled penta fucking HP. Like that one Mr. Pokey artifact or relic that he quote showed off on his Twitter the other day. Man, really hard to find that these last couple of hunt blessings, huh? Genshin dropping endgame now because of Wuwa. Honestly, that might be like that could be the case. Could be. And honestly, I think this is what MiHoYo should have done. It should be doing. I mean, they should have done this a long time ago, but at least better late than never. But yeah, this is the sort of effect that you should expect more Genshin, quote, Genshin killers, I prefer to call them Genshin clones, to have on Genshin itself. The more of these Genshin clones you see coming out over the years, the more you'll see MiHoYo respond to them by actually putting in content that Genshin, that, you know, us players feel like Genshin needs. What's this, an EU-friendly stream? Hey, Omnistep, how's it going, man? Yeah, because Genshin's about to have their preview stream in about an hour, so... And I couldn't go to sleep to prepare for work later today, so I get to suffer at work today. Woohoo! Love it. gotten exactly 2 good pieces for Acheron. I'm very lucky, and or I was very lucky. I ended up getting some really good pieces for my Acheron. Honestly, the only 2 replacement pieces that she needs at this moment, or at this point, are her boots and her chest piece. And honestly, technically, her chest piece isn't even that bad either, or her body piece isn't even that bad either. Her headpiece is really good. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna get something better than this anytime soon. Her ring, or her handpiece, whatever you want to call it, this one's really good too. And again, I don't know if I'm gonna get a better one than this anytime soon either. So it's either I look for some better speed boots. I mean, even her speed boots are okay. Because it has attack percent, and I think it rolled twice into crit rate or something. I think this is a 2-roll to crit rate. Technically speaking, if I can get an attack percent boots with double crit on it, and it rolls very well into double crit, then then I think I'll use that instead. Because I think after having used Acheron for a little bit now, I think that Sparkle's even though Sparkle is Harmony, she's still one of the best supporters for Acheron in the game. No surprise to anybody, I'm sure. So if I find an attack percent boots with double crit somewhere, I'll give that to her instead. And obviously her crit damage boots, you know, if I can find one with a crit rate and attack percent and it rolls like 3-4 times in the crit rate, that'd be fucking amazing. But like, her ornaments are actually already very good to begin with. I mean, her rope isn't exactly the best, like when you know double flat stats, but it rolled everything into double crit, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it rolled once into flat attack, maybe. If it low rolled flat attack, maybe it did. But then that, and then I got her a new planar, an attack percent planar that also has double crit. So it's like her ornaments are already pretty damn good, all things considered. Like, yeah, of course they can be better, but like, it's like, okay, am I really gonna waste my time trying to like min-max her fucking ornaments here at this point? Probably not. So, may as well prep for adventuring in the meantime. Do I do this? Sure, why not? Get rid of the propagation. See what we get in return. Ooh, nice. Hunt blessing. Perfect. Worth it. Oh, worth it. Are we gonna watch the... we gotta do watch party? Yes, sir, we are. In about an hour. What's the news about? 4.6. You pretty much gave up on Genshin, so you don't care anymore? Good for you. I still do. Thanks for sharing with the class. Am I gonna pull for adventuring? Yes, I will. Just E1 E0 S1 though. Nothing nothing too fancy. You have work day ahead? Yep, still Friday here, so I still have work till later today. Your condolences? Yeah, I know, it's gonna fucking suck. It's going to fucking blow. Hey Cal Alter, welcome back. Congrats on your new job, thank you. Appreciate it.
バトル体験を改善し2倍速ってこんなもん。
Today is Friday in California.
寒波が貴様らを葬る。
Today is Friday in California. I wonder if this will actually kill. Yep, it will. Hell yeah.
ガツンとくるやつですか。
涙雨。ヒッ。クリテンを触れる。貫け。退きなさい。
止血しないと。
火は熟した。ここまでだ。
遠くに行くと。
Should have healed Link's, or should have healed Silverwolf faster there.
誰に飲まれろ。
遊んでよ。動じないで。
あなた。
かくれんぼ答
それとも
え
運命の一
見つけてごらん。
緒だ。またか。
深呼吸。
化粧極寒の審判。またか。
またダメ。頑張って。
引導を渡す。またか。
補給だよ。
化粧だ。面倒をかけたな。貴様らの敗北は決まっている。貫け。すべてが消える。
優しくかくれんぼ答え見つけてごらん。
If you have E2, you can use Sparkle. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Even for E0, I don't think you absolutely must bring double Nihility. Having 3 Nihility characters on a team in Star Rail is very limiting. Like, 1 other Nihility character is good enough in my opinion. You want the flexibility of having a non-Nihility character, like a Harmony character or something. Because Nihility characters, unless you run like fucking Silverwolf Kafka or some shit, or like Silverwolf and Black Swan or something, nah, you'd rather have at least a really, really strong Harmony character. At least in my opinion. Why, Link's and not Gallagher? Oh, because I didn't feel like it. My Gallagher is only E0, so he doesn't have the debuff cleanse. But at least Link's does, because she debuff cleanses off her ultimate, so decided to use her here.
出発の時間。引導を渡す。またか。寒波が貴様らを葬る。
動じないで。
すべてが消える。涙雨。ヒッ。クリテンを触れる。
What's your job? Another office job. That I gotta go drive out an hour for going and coming back. So, very exciting. Look at all these shitty fucking relics. Everyone's favorite. At least this one has defense percent and it's got speed. I suppose that's not bad. Have you tried DOTs with Acheron? I know they technically should work, but why bring DOTs when you can bring somebody like Silverwolf or Pella? Not only that, but you gotta give your... what is it? You gotta give your DOT character's resolution too. So if you can run DOTs with your, who is it, your Acheron, then sure. If it works out, it works out. We'll just run hunt again. Really not sure whether to search for speed boots or Acheron or not. In my opinion, I think running speed boots on Acheron depends on if you have Sparkle or not. I think if you have Sparkle, then if you have either Sparkle or Bronya, then sure, you can go for attack percent boots. But if you don't have either of them, then I think you want to run speed boots on Acheron just to be safe. Because speed boots Acheron means that she can be run in any team and be broadly okay. Because again, you want Acheron to gain her ultimate as fast as possible. With Sparkle, it really feels pointless to go speed for her. Yeah, I see what you mean by that. Personally, I still like running speed boots on Acheron just so that I can use her in any team I want. Personally, because I'm not going to be able to. I've already had situations where I know I'm not going to use Acheron with Sparkle already. But yeah, if you want to commit your Sparkle to, or if you want to commit your Acheron to your Sparkle, or vice versa, yeah, obviously that's not a bad idea. Just say fuck speed and just go attack percent boots all the way. Did you see the Cinder Booba clip? What, from WeepCon? Yeah, of course. But I kind of already knew what Cinder's like IRL. So personally, I wasn't surprised, but it seems like Twitter really was, so. It should have been like 36, or just give us 12 a day straight until the end of the scheduled date. Would you even be able to do 12 redeems every day? Would you have enough Trailblaze power for that? Because I think you should be able to get a full 240 Trailblaze power in a full day, right? So no, you can't even do 12 redeems in a day. You physically don't even have enough Trailblaze power to support that. So that's probably not a great idea.
バトル体験を改善2倍速
Is your Acheron E2? No, my Acheron's still E0.
最終目標出現深呼吸仲間だもんねガツンとクリアしていこうかくれんぼ答え見つけてごらん
涙雨クリティの
I'm thinking of maybe rolling for Acheron E2. But it's gonna have to be during like the last couple of days left on Acheron's banner, and I don't know if I can go for that just yet. Oh, nice, we actually got 3 blessings from that. Trash, 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 trash. This is okay. What do you think of the Sam situation? What's the same situation? The fact that Sam is supposed to be Firefly? Because I kind of already knew that. I mean, you don't even need to read 2.1 story in order to you know, come to the conclusion that, oh yeah, you know, the Sam dude seems awfully familiar. I wonder who they could be. New Abyss, is it harder? We don't know. We're going to find out hopefully soon. Hopefully today they tell us, but we'll see. They be streaming the live? Yeah, I'll be doing a React Andy to it. I'm not very good at React Andes, but I'll try. 'Tis the meta after all. Hey Franklin, welcome to the stream. Have you ever told me that you really like Nikke's UI? No, but I agree. It's quite nice. Or at least, I only say that because I'm actually used to it. I don't actually know how good it is from like an actual design standpoint. Graphics design is not my passion. Best ornaments, that's the farm on anniversary event. Well, whatever you need is the easy answer. Look at all these Bellabog artifacts. Bellabog, Bellabog, Bellabog. And of course it would give me defense with double crit break effect on a fucking Bellabog rope. But of course. And the one inert Salsodo piece that I get is fucking quantum damage with boost with double flat stats. Mihoyo, ladies and gentlemen. What are my PC specs? 3090 graphics card, i9 12900K CPU, and then 32 gigs RAM. Cool. Full hunt blessing. Who's more useful, Himiko or Gepard? Personally, I'm more biased towards Himiko. Ow. But Gepard can still be very useful if you know how to use them. If you know how to use them well. So Himiko, but only slightly. Mainly because now we have Pure Fiction that Himiko is somewhat useful in now, so you can use them there, or you can use Himiko there too. We're already full on Hunt Blessings, so we'll just take the credits, or the fragments rather. Actually, I don't even know how good the damage buff is off of the upgraded this thing right here. That. Let's see here. You like unique scaling DPSs like Blade and Boot Hill, or do you prefer normal attack scalers? For now, Khaled Alter, I would say I prefer normal attack scalers. The reason, or like standard scaling characters to their paths. So like, you know, your usual attack percents for your DPS paths like Hunt and Destruction, and HP for healers and blah blah blah. The reason why is because of light cone selection, right? A big problem that Blade had in the beginning, right before we got, for example, the new Destruction light cone in MOC shop. The problem that Blade has is that if you don't have his Gacha light cone, then like his other options are pretty subpar, right? You either run like Secret Vow on him or like some fucking shitty 3-star relic, or sorry, light cone, not relic. So you just don't, if you have a non-standard scaling DPS character, or just any character for that matter, then your problem then becomes like, okay, what light cone are they gonna use then? Because, you know, light cones tend to follow like whatever the trend is, like whatever the standard scaling statistic is, right? So like, again with Acheron, it's like, okay, so you're a DPS character, but you're in the Nihility path, which is a path that's not really known for having DPS characters, right? Because they're more known for debuffs and DOTs, right? So why the fuck are you, like, what kind of options do you have? Like, as of right now, it's either, okay, you get her Gacha light cone if you can, just because it's so important for her. But if you can't get her Gacha light cone, what the fuck else do you use? Like, not much else. Like, you know, you have Good Night Sleepo, I guess, but that's Gacha. And that's like literally one of her only viable options. Like none of the 3 stars really work on her. I'm not really too sure what other fucking 4-star Nihility Lycone really works on her either. Maybe Resolution, just because it has a debuff on it. So at least that's nice. But like that's not exactly ideal now, is it? Like over time, we'll get more light cones that gradually expand like your light cone options for your non-standard scalers. But as of right now, I would have to say I would prefer standard scaling characters simply because of, you know, the limited availability of light cones as of right now in Star Rail. MiHoYo can remedy this problem by just adding more light cones at a faster pace that cover more roles that each of the paths can have. But at this moment, there's not a lot. There's not a lot of variety. So, personally, for now, I would prefer, you know, standard scalers until MiHoYo can come out with more, you know, more variety and light cones. So that way, you know, people don't feel as cheesed whenever they need to roll for a new character, and they're like, okay, well, you know, I guess I have to go roll for the light cone now, otherwise I'm fucked. So, that's what I would have to say.
まだ終わっていない。
ガツンとくるやつでいこう。記録開始。最終目標出現。
貴様らの敗北は決まっている。貫け。インド渡す。涙雨。クリティの孫悟の力よ。出発の時間だ。すべてまたか。
遠くに行く手段を選ばない。
What do you think of the updated 2.2 kits? I actually haven't taken a look at them, Hannah. I know they've been updated, but I didn't take a very close look at them, so I'm aware that some things about Robin and Boot Hill have changed significantly. But I'm gonna have to take a closer look at that. But yeah, thanks for letting me know that. That was easy. All Bellabog relics. Fucking lovely. Oh, here's another defense percent rope. That's nice at least. Some planars this time. Wow, double crit quantum, but of course it's on Bellabog because why wouldn't it be? Meanwhile, we get shit like this on Inert Salsodo. God. It's all a ruse, I'm telling you. Nice damage boost with crit rate. Guess that's not bad. Physical damage, attack percent, crit damage. Another defense percent rope, but that's trash. Can I ask for your opinion? You already have E2 Daniel Alter and E2 Acheron with their light cones. Do you think pulling only now for supports you like will be better for your account, since the two of them are enough for DPS needs? Thanks. Hard to say. Yeah, it's hard to say, because you still want to be prepared for Pure Fiction. And Pure Fiction, you don't really want to hyper carry. Ideally, you want to have double DPS, hell, even triple DPS sometimes, if you really need that extra damage output. So hyper carry is not very good for Pure Fiction. It's good for MOC, maybe, but there are some enemies where, there are some fights where hyper carry doesn't really work very well. just speaking from experience. You'll notice that most when you run into like MOC 12, for example. So I would say for now, since you already have the basically 2 best DPS characters in the game, I would say that you're okay for now, but keep an eye out for other potentially very good DPSs. Especially, I would call them standalone DPSs, for example, Topaz and Kafka. Keep an eye on characters like that, where their DPS is where they can work perfectly fine on their own. And so if you need the extra damage somewhere on your team, you can just toss them in there and be perfectly fine. Not to mention Kafka's Nihility, so you can run her with Acheron too if need be. And plus they're both thunder too, so or they're both lightning damage too, so that's kind of convenient. So I would say not yet. But do like work off a case-by-case basis kind of thing. Fucking elation blessings. But yeah, Star Rail is just too young of a game so far to really know, like to really predict what MiHoYo will do in terms of like content difficulty, right? And they've already shown more capacity for like changing up like endgame content and the quote-unquote meta, so to say, for this game over something like Genshin, right? So, like, Star Rail is still very volatile. It's still in a very volatile state right now. So, always be on the lookout for new characters. Even if you think that you're good now, there may come a character where you might be like, oh shit, maybe I should have rolled for them. So, just always have your eyes peeled, I would say. Like, you're in a good spot now, of course, like I said. But, don't, you know, don't sleep on new characters, basically. Again, always keep an eye out. Because you never know. Pretty much just go with that. You roll light cones for damage dealers, supporters, and sustains are optional. If you mean that you don't bother rolling the gacha light cones for supports and sustains, then yeah, that's fine. Because yeah, I agree. Gacha light cones are far more important for DPS characters than they are for your sustains. Yeah. So, agreed there. Agreed. I keep forgetting to use Silverwolf's ult first before Acheron's skill. You agree, but building unique scalars is more fun and open to multiple adjustments. Normally I would agree, but only if we were talking about Genshin. In a game like Genshin, you have the luxury of like kitting out characters in stats that they might not be like optimized for. Like for example, for Chiori, you can build her for attack if you really want to, even though attack isn't preferred over defense. You want defense for Chiori over attack, but like, you can still make it work. You know, as long as you run Bennett on your team, I guess, right? So like you can still kind of force that to happen. Whereas in Star Rail, things are much tighter here. You kind of want to play into characters' strengths. Like, in my opinion, in Star Rail, there's not as much wiggle room for experimentation and shit like that, or like kind of like off meta builds and shit like that. Like, at least not as much. Like, I'm sure there's still some room, but for sure there's not as much room. What do I want to take here? I guess we can just take that. Let's see, defense. Wow, this one's actually pretty good. Speed and EHR. Ice damage, trash. Ice damage, trash. Defense, trash. Didn't see the other ones. They're probably both trash too. Like adventuring? What about adventuring? Huh, surprised that you can't just insta-kill a warp trotter. Kinda surprising. Just wanted to ask as a pro gacha game player, if only that were a thing. Have you tried Limbus Company yet? I do want to eventually. And like if I were in a better position IRL, I would have loved to at least try out Limbus Company, but at the moment I can't. But I've heard good things about it, so. So maybe one day when I have the time and the hopefully the money, I'll give Limbus Company a try. In the future, but as of right now, no. Yeah, a friend who's getting into Arknights. You want to give some troll advice for the fun of it that isn't harmful? Any of them you want to share? No. Honestly, I don't know, because like you don't want to tell them to invest into like the wrong units, because that's gonna be shitty. And like you could probably tell them to like, oh, the 6 stars suck. Only use like the 3 and 4 stars, but like that's kind of what we advise people to do anyway. So like that's not gonna do anything. Matter of fact, that's just gonna teach him how to play the game properly. So, I don't know. You can tell him to like turn on all Chinese voices or something, or turn on as many of the English voices as you can, however many there are available. I don't know. Oh, when I talk about getting new characters that could be necessary for the meta. Oh, okay, I see. In Adventuring's case, let me think about that. I think for sure Adventuring will be our best shielder. I mean, that's not exactly a hard statement to say, considering, you know, we don't really have great shielders right now. I mean, of course, you have Gepard, but, like, Obviously his utility is very limited, whereas with Adventuring, he does a lot more useful stuff, right? Besides from just shielding. So, I think that you don't need Adventuring, like, especially if you already have Fushuan. But, like, if you already have Fushuan and you want to go for Adventuring anyway, that's fine. Because Fushuan and Adventuring don't exactly have the same roles. So it's not like their utility is going to overlap somehow. And you can always just run a Fushuan team on one team, and then run Adventuring on the other. Like, that's fine. Like, if you do roll Adventuring, he's obviously going to be very useful. So you might as well use him. But at the same time, I don't think he's a must-have character. He's a very useful character, though, if you do end up getting him. But technically speaking, is he, like, game-breaking, or does he, like, shift the game's meta? No, I don't think so. Like, Acheron's a much more of a game-breaking or a meta-shifting character than Adventuring is. Matter of fact, I would argue Robin is more of a game-breaking / meta-shifting character than Adventuring is, assuming that they keep Robin's core concept intact by the time 2.2 comes around. That being said, I still think Adventuring is still going to be very good for those people who decide to roll for him. Yeah. You need 2 shields. Yeah, it's always nice to have characters who can do everything. Yeah, just in case you need them. Because you never know what Mihoyo is gonna throw at us in MOC or some shit. You never quite know. You're Gepardless, hey, even better of a reason to roll for Adventuring now. Also, JXC, thanks so much for the 23-month resub. Welcome back. Bagpipes finally getting an Ian voice. Well, here's to hoping that she has a proper Scottish accent. I don't know if I even did a proper Scottish accent. Let's see here. What time zone on PST? So it's like 4:30. Oh, it's about to be 30. I almost forgot about Genshin and how I'm about to be capped on resin here. Close enough on that one. Cool. What's the core of Robin? As of right now, the core concept of Robin and 2.2 Star Rail is that she will be our first Harmony character who can actually do damage. Because her whole idea is that when she ults, she throws out a kind of a follow-up attack. It's technically a follow-up attack, but it's not listed as one. So it's an FUA that's not technically an FUA, but it works like one. It's just not recognized one by the game. But basically, Robin ults, and then she enters a state where anytime her allies do any sort of attack, whether it's from a basic skill, ult, or follow-up, she attacks with them, basically, or attacks after them. And so the idea is that you want your allies, as soon as you use Robin's ult, You want your allies to act as many times as they can. So that way Robin can use as many of her not follow-up attacks as possible. Because she's only in her ult state for 1 turn, that's it. And so, yeah, not only that, but all of her ult shots, or all of her ult attacks, are guaranteed to crit, and they have a fixed crit damage multiplier of 150%. So you are getting guaranteed damage out of Robin's ult. So what that means is, effectively, even though she's a Harmony character, Robin is going to be the first Harmony character who can actually do some serious damage of her own. And that fundamentally changes her role. Because normally Harmony characters in the game don't do damage, right? They're just meant to buff your characters, that's it. Which is good, but then, you know, obviously that means that puts a lot more pressure on your DPS to actually do damage, right? But with somebody like Robin, that means that there's nowhere near as much pressure on your DPS to actually perform. So if something happens to your DPS, like say for example they get CC'd or some shit, it's not as devastating because now you at least have Robin to fall back on. Because at least that way you have somebody who can deal damage still. And in a game like Star Rail, where you want, like, because you can only have 4 characters in a team, right? You want each and every one of your characters to have to bring as much value to the team as possible, right? The fact that you're bringing in you're bringing in a character whose path normally is only supposed to, like, you know, support other characters, like buff other characters, and not really do much else. The fact that they can also start doing damage on their own too, that changes how your team works, basically, or that changes how you can play your team. At least, that's how I see it. But that's the core idea of Robin. The fact that she's a Harmony character who can also do some damage. MOC is more burst-oriented now. I mean, technically speaking, it always was. With the time limit, yeah. It's kind of always been like that. If we're gonna be honest with ourselves here. She's FUA oriented. Actually, yes. Yes, she is. Even though technically the game doesn't consider her follow-up attacks as actual follow-up attacks. She synergizes extremely well with other follow-up attackers. Yes. Because her ult shots coordinate with follow attacks too. Or at least they should. So assuming that stays the same, or that's how it works. Yeah. She should be a very good supporter for follow-up attackers. That, and she has her second bonus ability specifically supports follow-up attackers anyway, so yeah, it's kind of a dead giveaway. Your first day? Yeah, Jalter. Yesterday, or technically 2 days ago, was my first day, so today will be my 3rd day. Do I want these 3 blessings? Sure, fuck it, why not? I don't care. Hey look guys, a defense planer with the shittiest substats known to man. Thanks, game. Energy regen rope, I mean, kinda useless because it's on inert, so who the fuck cares? What's so game-breaking about Robin? The fact that she's a Harmony character and can actually do damage. Which, technically speaking, I actually don't even consider Robin to be that game-breaking. Like, conceptually, anyway.
言葉し過去の伝説
Because it's like, oh, a Harmony character can start doing damage now. It's like, oh, yeah, whoop-de-doo. But, like, the impact that she's gonna have on your teams is going to be enormous. So I suppose in that sense, she's very game-breaking. She pull her even though you only have Ratio, Herta, and Himika as follow-up attackers? Yeah. You don't need to run follow-up attackers with her. She works with anybody. She just works better with follow-up attackers, but, you know, that's like saying, oh, you shouldn't use Acheron just because you don't have Sparkle. Like, no, if you have Acheron, even if you don't have Sparkle, you're still obviously going to use Acheron because she's just that good. So, it's kind of the same way, just the opposite way for, Robin. Like, yeah, I think you should still roll for her. Because even if you don't have a lot of, like, great follow-up attackers, like, it's not like you're not going to use Robin. Alright, I'm Steph. Thanks for hanging out, man. Catch you next time. Hey, JoJo fans, and yeah, thanks for the kind words, man.
過去の伝説
始まり始まり動じないでバトル体験2倍速ってこんなもんよ
出発引導を渡す
Oh, you don't have Sparkle, but you do have Brownian? That's fine. Excuse me.
まだ終わっていないあなたそれとも全てが
ガツンとくるやつでいこうかくれんぼ答え見つけてごらん
You have to see the rerun characters, see if you go for Robin instead. Okay, that's fine.
優しくするね動じないで
引導を渡す
陣列を組め震えろ我が威厳のもとで氷になれ
全て涙雨クリティ
貴様に絶望を遠くに行く手段を選ばない
Genshin program is about to start here.
面倒をかけた
Let's actually mute Star Rail real quick. Let's see, go to my music, pause this, go to this. Yep. Internet. There we go. Oh, gotta refresh. Okay. Let's take a look, boys. Just in time.
It has been millennia since the fall of Remuria, and its history has long faded into the mists of mythology and superstition. Legends tell of how before the birth of the Court of Fontaine, there was an empire known as Remuria. Remurians believed their king Remus would bring eternal prosperity to the islands of the High Sea. However, the God King's seers prophesied discord. The greatest empire will face the most utter destruction, and this is Fortuna. Thus did the God King derive the
You wail for
primordial
E6
plan
Acheron, but now you don't
from
even
the
care
cycle
if
of the
they're
7 days
lightning or
and
not.
winds
I mean, that should
blowing
be
over
a
sea and land,
a privilege, no?
and composed a
It's not even an L. That's a
splendorous
huge dub. You
symphony
just run
based
Acheron
on
in anywhere, and they're all dead.
He believed that the polities could escape fate's judgment and attain eternal paradise if they harmonized with his perfect
Is Arlecchino? Yep,
symphony.
it's Daddy.
But today, welcome to the Genshin Impact version 4.6 special program.
Oh, L as in you have to wail
Let's
for
take a
her.
look
Yeah,
at the trailer.
that's true.
On occasion, we hold barbecue dinners at the house. They hunt for food, compete with each other, even cooperate. They enjoy participating in activities like that, and the feeling is mutual. After all, it's always possible certain familiar faces will be missing from the crowd. Familiar faces will be missing.
Sorry for the double audio.
Something has come up, and since it pertains to Cyrus and Sino, I deemed it essential to inform you all.
It was a great plan, shrouded in secrecy. We all gathered around and celebrated the revival of our Lord.
That's how I gained my power.
Going back to
The old
Sumeru,
man's
huh?
been putting the
Interesting.
pressure on me. He sent someone to tell me I'm needed for some sort of project.
Project Stuja?
Participating in the plan will lose a lot of members in
This is the border region between Fontaine and Sumeru, after
presenting
all, so
you
it makes
with
sense.
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Nevelet, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine. Transfixed!
I see they found the I see they brought in the Star Rail music producers to work on Genshin finally.
An order once given cannot be rescinded.
New
Do you have
character.
any idea what you're doing? You're hiding the very person Father has been trying to find.
I really didn't mean to
The
drag
leaks
anyone
are
else
always
into
right.
this.
If
There's a
Father
reason
finds out
why we
this,
bitch about leaks
everyone
all the time.
involved is going to be punished.
One other
Traitor.
leak's wrong. Well, sometimes
Sino
leaks
was
can be
chosen.
wrong, of course, but
But he was not the only one.
yeah.
You'd like me to
There's a
return
reason
my
why we pay
power?
attention to leaks so much in this
I'm really
community.
looking forward to this rite of duels.
Because they're usually
The
right.
wisdom of Hermanubis would have been ours.
I want you to become the next king of the house. Yet you seem to have different ideas.
I'm not saying I have all the answers, but doing so will only bring us further away from being a real family.
Your words paint an
Huh,
optimistic
that was
picture
Fremenet's
indeed.
English
Allow me to remind
voice.
you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled with tainted water.
I'll make sure it's drained of all impurities and returned to its cleanest form. Good things come to children who do as they're told, so I do hope you decide to tag along.
There are many dangers ahead, and I, for one, don't intend to back down.
I don't want to disobey an order from Father.
So why? Why have you backed us into a corner?
No
Is that motherfucker
demonstration
using the
of
bell? I
loyalty
guess he
shall go
was.
unrewarded,
That's his
and
first
no
mistake.
sacrifice shall be in vain.
Dun, 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 dun. Hello, everyone. I'm Sarah Miller-Cruz, the voice of the female
Is it worth it to
traveler
use a
Lily.
guaranteed our Robin or
Welcome to the
Sam?
Genshin
At
Impact
that
version
point, if you're
4.6
including a
special
character we don't
program.
even know anything
Yay,
about
welcome,
yet,
everyone.
let me
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that everyone would agree that the House of the
let me
Heart
drop the volume on
isn't
the
an
stream real
ordinary
quick.
orphanage.
Just so I
But
can answer
just
you.
in case you needed any convincing,
If you're
we
bringing
invited
Sam
their
into
voice actors
this,
to share
we don't
some
know anything
information
about
with us
Sam.
today.
So if you're comparing
Hey,
Robin with
everyone.
Sam
My name is
and,
Erin Betts.
asking
I'm the
asking
voice of
if you want to
Arlecchino,
like
the
who you
father
want
of
to
the
use a
House of
guaranteed
the
on,
Heart.
well at that
You
point
might
all I
also
can say
recall
is
that
just
she's
roll for
able to
whoever you want
represent
more.
as the knave.
Like if we
I'm so
knew
thrilled to have been invited to
how
the
like
special
what
program.
Sam is capable of, then sure that's a different story, or that's a different discussion. But we don't know anything about Sam yet, other than the fact that they're probably
And
Firefly.
although he's not a member
So,
of the House
you
of
know.
the Hearth, we've also brought
Like
the
we know what
Harbinger of
Robin
Laughter
does,
and
or at least we
Cheer,
have a good
the
idea of
one
what
and
Robin
only
does. We have no
voice
idea
of
what Sam
Arlecchino.
does.
What up? It's me, Max Middleman. Hey, everybody, what's going on? My bros,
So
my
at the
guys, my
moment,
dudes.
Drade, I would only tell you to just
Are you excited
go
to
for
be
whoever's
here?
more waifu, I guess.
All right, well, without any further delay, let's start introducing the new content from version 4.6. I've heard that travelers will be experiencing new content
Probably
related
quite
to the
strong
House of
anyway.
the
Yeah,
Hearth
safe
in
bet,
the upcoming
but
version.
you never know.
Aaron, why don't you give us a rundown on what sort of organization the House of the Hearth is?
Yes, it would be my pleasure. Based on the most recent intelligence reports, the House of the Hearth is a Fatui intelligence organization operated by the Knave. It takes in children who no longer have a home due to all manner of reasons, and they receive an education in a variety of disciplines. Naturally, at the same time as it provides a home, the children also take on various responsibilities.
Okay, this sounds like everything that we already know from the game. Is there more news to hear?
Yes, everyone knows that the House of the Hearth is a rather complicated
Let me
orphanage.
boost
and
the
Knave,
stream
the
volume
fourth
again.
harbinger of the Fatui, is still hiding many unsolved mysteries. So how about we start diving into all the new information that we have about Arlecchino?
Let's do it!
Yes, let's do it!
Okay, first, I want to hear it straight from y'all. What kind of person do you think the Knave is?
Oh no. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling a lot of pressure
Gee,
right now.
I wonder.
This is giving me all sorts of deja vu. I guess during the Fontaine Archon quest, I noticed that Arlecchino was really skilled at directing the conversation. Her way of speaking was incredibly refined and polite, but she was also incredibly intimidating. I mean, remember how
fucking
Farina
wonder.
pretended not to recognize her and talked about having nightmares? I totally get where she was coming from. But that's just an outsider's point of view, right? What is the Knave like as a parent? I think Damon is probably the best person to answer that question. Okay, take it away.
Okay, you were hoping that I would be the weakest link?
Yeah.
Well, she's a very strict father.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Strict. All right, it sounds like she gives everyone an intimidating impression.
Yeah, but I think Arlecchino loves all of the
Wow,
house's
she's so
children
talkative without
equally,
Paimon
and
around.
she would never
Actually,
treat them
that's a
harshly
good
for no
point.
reason.
Has
Though
Paimon ever been a
the kids
part
feel
of
a lot
these
pressure during her
official
lessons and are often scared speechless by her stern
streams?
attitude.
The
It's probably
previous
for their own
streams?
good. In an organization like the Fatui, these kids actually
I'm
need
sure
to be
she
more
has, but,
mature, tough, and
like,
patient than
when's the
other
last time
children
she
who are
was a
their
part of
age,
a
you know?
an official preview
That's
stream?
actually kind of sad, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Who hurt
See, I'm a
this
little bit
knave?
surprised
I want to
Paimon's
know. Why are they
VAs
this-
aren't more involved
Wait.
with
Are you
these
trying to
preview
say that
streams.
she
It's
treats
just
her kids
been
like that because she
Traveler
was
mostly.
traumatized?
Ooh, okay.
Maybe it's
now
because
that's very
Paimon has
sharp
such a
of you,
prominent
but
role
let's
in
keep Arlecchino's secrets
in the
hidden for
story,
just
so
a
that
little bit
they
longer.
purposefully
Okay,
don't have her on the
I
stream
do have a
a lot of
question,
the
though.
time.
Why did the children call her father?
Well, if you're curious about Arlecchino's past, then you'll have to find your answer in the game.
That's fair.
Her story quest, Ignis Purgatorius, will be released with version 4.6. Now, I don't want to spoil anyone's gameplay experience by saying too much about her quest, okay? But I do hope that travelers will be able to appreciate Arlecchino's unique charm after they've experienced her entire story.
Yeah. Version 4.6 will also introduce a new feature, the Focused Experience Mode. Now, if you use the feature while playing Arlecchino's story quest, then it will minimize the number of times that you'll be interrupted by characters or quest locations being allocated to other quests. So
Oh, is this that
hopefully this
fucking
mode will help travelers have a better
that fucking
story
character
experience.
restriction bullshit?
That's right. And in the future, this function will
Oh,
become available
are they
for
actually
more and
doing
more
something
quests.
about that finally?
Besides
Holy
the story
fuck.
Quest, I'm also
Never thought
looking
I'd see the
forward to
fucking
hearing
day.
The Knave's voiceover lines because Erin's kind of awesome. We'll finally be able to hear what she thinks about the other Harbingers too.
Yes, I selfishly also think that will be cool.
Yes.
Next, let's take a look at Arlecchino's elegant yet deadly fighting style.
Only took them fucking 3 years.
Intrigue!
Yeah.
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see. Transfixed! This is where you fall.
Dude,
so cool.
That was awesome!
Where'd the dubstep go?
I like how she glides.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, she's very elegant. Like that was a perfect descriptor. Like elegant but deadly. Like a
Yes,
like a
frightening.
ballerina of death.
Yes.
Everything she does is so effortless.
I know, right?
Yes. All right. Well, if we're going to talk about Arlecchino's combat abilities, then we're gonna have to talk
Still
about
don't
the
understand.
bond of
Yeah,
life
me
and
neither.
death.
Still don't
You might
like
have been a
don't understand
victim to
why
it while you
this
were
was even a
fighting
thing to
elite
begin
Fatui
with. Yeah.
operatives in Fontaine.
So fucking
Does
stupid.
anyone still remember what a bond of life is?
Yo, wait, are you gonna be teaching us about her abilities? Guys, you're too loud. Pipe down. Sorry, let's listen to what she has to say.
Wait, I think I remember. It's the red portion of the HP bar. When you have a bond of life active, it'll absorb any healing that your character receives. So they can't regain HP until the bond of life value has been healed.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right?
very good, student. When Arlecchino has a bond of life greater than or equal to a certain percentage of her health bar, her normal, charged, and plunging attacks will be converted to pyro damage, which can't be overridden by other elemental infusions. And while she's in this state, her normal attacks will consume a portion of her current bond of life to deal more damage and reduce the remaining cooldown on her elemental skill.
Whoa. Wait
I
a
know,
second.
it's a lot.
So you're saying that she'll deal more damage with her normal attack when her bond of life is higher?
Put simply, yes.
Whoa, wait a second. No, wait, I get it. Wait, so Arlecchino can give herself a bond of life, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, otherwise she'd have to chase down enemies who can put a bond of life on her. Actually, that sounds kind of funny.
I'd like to see that. And that brings us to our elemental skill. Arlecchino's skill doesn't just damage enemies, it also applies a blood debt directive to any enemy that it hits, which will damage them periodically. And when she uses a charged attack or her elemental burst, she'll absorb nearby blood debt directives.
I like how fast
This
her charge
also
attack
allows
is.
her to obtain
very
a
fast.
bond of life based on the number of directives that she absorbed. So don't worry, Max.
Oh, I was very concerned.
I know you were.
Okay, hold on. She can't regain HP
Ito's here,
until
yeah.
her bond
His
of life is
VA is
removed,
part of this
right?
broadcast.
So how does she stay in the fight?
He's
Well,
back.
after dishing out damage, Arlecchino's elemental
Excuse me.
burst will reset the cooldown of her elemental skill and heal her based on her attack and her current bond of life.
Oh, okay.
Also, thanks to one of her talents, while Arlecchino is in combat,
Oh, and also,
she
hey
gains
chat, look, they
bonus
took
pyro damage,
Acheron's
but
fucking
also
black
cannot be
hole
affected
during her
by any
ultimate,
healing
put it
effects
in
other than the healing provided by her
Arlecchino's shit
burst.
too.
Oh, so
Reusing
that seems like she's
assets,
as ruthless to
woohoo.
herself as she is to her enemies. Like she needs therapy.
Probably.
We all love reusing
She's
assets.
kind of a savage. I mean, right. So Arlecchino even has a
Maybe the
special
one
kind of
model
movement
limitation,
whenever
perhaps
she
one of the
uses
reasons.
her
Yeah,
charge
maybe.
attack,
I don't
right?
know.
Ooh, that was
There's
perfect for
all
scaring
sorts of
her
ways
enemies.
from
Yeah,
like a
and for
coding
putting some
perspective
serious
that
pressure
that
on
could be
them.
the case. But yeah, that could be one possibility. I didn't realize Arlecchino has a flight ability. That's pretty
Oh,
cool.
it's about time to introduce
Exploration
the event, which
power
is in version
creep.
4.6. You
So that's
guys ready?
nice.
Let's do it. So excited.
Technically, it's not a
During the
flight
first
ability,
phase
but
of
it's
version
a
4.6,
it's a
Arlecchino,
glide
Nave,
ability.
and Linny will both enjoy a
But yeah,
drop rate
Pegasus,
boost.
it could be for any
The
number of
all-new
reasons.
5-star polearm Crimson Moon Semblance will also become available.
She can fly.
Also,
It doesn't look like a
Wanderer and
proper
Baidu will
flight
return
ability,
in the
but
second
it
phase,
does
so
seem
be
like
sure to keep an eye
a
out.
glide ability at least.
Oh my gosh, that's so
So
amazing.
that's pretty cool.
Okay, so Aaron and Damon, do you have any other news you'd like to share?
Actually, I do. Let's discuss the new weekly boss.
Oh
That's
my
right. We were just talking about how the Knave shows different faces to her family members and to outsiders, but in special circumstances, she will reveal another side.
Kind of wish we
right.
could get
Are you ready to see a
this
new Knave?
Yes,
costume
I am
for
ready.
Arlecchino as like a as an actual costume that your Arlecchino can wear. But too bad they're probably not gonna do something like that. I like this soundtrack actually. It reminds me of like it reminds me of like a JRPG soundtrack. Mainly because of the electronic beat at the beginning. It's probably mostly going to be orchestrals like usual.
Wow. Not even Linny and Fremine have seen this side of her before.
So the
For a
Knave is
billion-dollar
accepting
company, you're
challengers
surprised they
now?
only have to like 10
Oh my
skins,
gosh.
mainly
She's
because
so
of their
elegant, but also
their
super duper
operational
dangerous.
their operational
Feels
like
even
direction.
more badass with twice the badassitude.
Hey!
It's not so simple to see the Knave's other
Like
side.
if they don't want to make
She'll
skins, they're
appear
not going to make
normally at
skins.
first, as if
But
she were
they absolutely
giving
should,
you an
but
ordinary training lesson
clearly,
waiting to counter your attacks.
Yeah, it seems like she'll
making
dodge
a lot
all
of
our
skins
attacks
is
like
not
a
part of
phantom if
their
we're out of her immediate
agenda.
range.
Yeah, it feels like she's implying that we're all in the palm of her hand.
I mean, you guys know what her personality's like. She doesn't want her children crying or running
The
away
way
from
Genshin doesn't
conflict.
really do skins
Instead,
kind of reminds
she
me of
hopes that
how
they'll be able to
FGO
take
used to be. I
initiative,
mean, they still are
even
to a
if
certain
their
extent,
opponent is
but
their own
like
father. The outside
FGO
world
and
will
Genshin
not
are
show
actually
her
very
children
similar
mercy,
in terms
so
of how
neither
they
can she
handle
afford to be
skins,
too
because they don't just like make a
If
whole bunch
you
of
do
skins
not
and just
repay the
toss it
blood
at their
debt directive
players.
the Knave applies to you,
They have to
all
be
her
like
attacks
lore
against you
related
will
or some
be
shit, right?
enhanced. But if you manage to
rip Lynette,
out-heal the
Lynette.
bond of life, the Knave will reward you for repaying this blood debt, and your charged attacks
But-
against her will be enhanced.
But yeah,
Don't the bone wings on her back look like
at least to me, it's
spiders?
pretty obvious that they don't want to put in too many skins, and
Oh
what
my
skins
gosh,
they
it's
do
like
put
she has
in,
total
they
control
want to
of her
make
prey
them
while
like
she watches
super
them
lore
struggle
related or
and
some shit.
closes the distance.
Because again, Genshin's the kind of
Ugh,
game where
kind of
the devs
creepy
take their
being the
own
hunted one
lore
for
way too
once.
fucking seriously. So it's
Okay,
like,
okay.
what
I
what
think
did
we
you
should stop
expect,
the
right?
introduction here. Let's
Like
leave some
skins?
space
What
for
are
everyone to
those?
experience the challenge for themselves.
Wait, so I know that many
Reduce,
travelers will
reuse,
be wondering
recycle.
about this.
Well, in this
The
case,
Knave's boss
recycling is
form
not a good
tied
thing.
to her story quest. Normally, players would have to progress the story to
Or
a certain
it's
point
less
in
of a
order
good
to
thing.
participate in the challenge. But now we have a quick challenge feature for weekly Trounce domain bosses.
Yeah.
As long as travelers are adventure rank 40 or higher, they'll be able to challenge her directly by going to the Adventurer Handbook, going to the Domains
It's the
tab,
same,
selecting
it's the
Trounce
same
domains,
early
and
thing.
pressing Quick
That's
Challenge.
nice.
Oh, that's cool. It's a nice little shortcut to the battle.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm looking forward to that.
So same
That
thing
is
as
really
the
valuable
whale
information
boss.
to have. And it also looks like it's my
Man.
turn to deliver some news.
I kind of I would
Two
assume
new
that
artifact
that's
sets will become available in version
just going to be a
4.6.
permanent feature from now
Fragment
on.
of harmonic
At least
whimsy
I would fucking
and
hope
unfinished
so.
reverie.
Hey, look,
Travelers
chat.
who are
Here's our
interested
next
in them
new
should stay
hell
tuned
for
more information.
artifacts in
Cool.
Genshin.
Oh, you're finished. Okay, wait, how come your update was so short? It wasn't enough for me.
Yeah, give us more.
Okay, I actually do have other news to share.
Ooh.
Yes. In version 4.6, Sumeru City will be experiencing an unsolved mystery. Ooh.
And for some reason, Sino's gotten mixed up in it.
Hey, how did you know about that?
His picture is right there.
Oh, right. Oops. Well,
Mr.
Sino wanted to
Sayu's been- we
investigate
know that Mr.
personally
Sayu's been
because
busy,
someone
so
involved in the case has a
here's
very
why.
unique identity, and the two of them share a close connection.
Sounds like there's some serious shenanigans going on.
That's right. Is this the case where we get to use violence?
I'm actually
if the
surprised they
situation
didn't
gets
get
too complicated?
Sayu
These
to come
are all
join.
very good guesses, but I'll offer you one clue that you probably wouldn't be able to guess otherwise. A mysterious youngster with connections to the mystery will make his debut during the
character?
case.
He's got a unique
Sino's
model.
friends are not just freeloaders who
He,
only show
she.
up for food.
They.
Tainari, Kale, Alhaitham, and Kaveh will all come to support him when he's in a pinch. So yeah, if you want to know more about what happens in this case, then be sure to check out Sino's second story quest, Lupus Arius Act 2. Travelers can venture to Sumeru and investigate the
His name
secrets
is,
lurking
Zethus.
underneath
Ooh,
the
cool name.
sands. In due time, of course.
He's not that
Sarah,
new
you totally
4-star
delivered.
character
That was
that
great
the leaks have been saying will
Speaking
show
of
up in
great news,
4.7, right?
Damon also has some
I assume it's a
important
different
information to
character.
share.
Wait.
Really?
Wait.
Yes.
Wait. What are we waiting for? We've just presented
Because I
too
think
much information
the
too quickly.
the
Can we
new
fast forward
4-star
that,
we're getting
please,
with
so we can digest all of it,
4.7.
please? Please.
Like that dude had
keep
like
getting
white
away
hair,
with
I
it.
think, or something like that. So this guy's, I think, different.
No,
Yep.
Damon,
Okay.
you're
Yeah,
right.
it is a different character then.
Let's check out the first redemption code
He looks cool, though.
before we continue
The
introducing
Zethos
the new
guy.
content.
That's what I thought.
I dig his
That
I
was
dig
really
his
fast.
design already. So hopefully he becomes playable at some point. Oh, code. I'll actually type it in chat for you guys. There you go. Hopefully that works. Okay, it does. Very cool. Very cool. I'll post in YouTube chat as well for anybody who needs it in YouTube chat.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. So,
Hey!
we've already told you the story of Arlecchino and the House of the Hearth. So, why don't we continue the story of Remuria, which you saw in the beginning of the program?
I would like this very much, please.
Yes, you did such a
Yes,
good job.
yes.
Encore, encore.
A new area of Fontaine will open in version 4.6. Travelers will get to visit the village of Petrichor. Though, would there even be much to see on such a small island?
Well, yeah, guess this is where I'm supposed to really confidently say totally, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay, now that you've mentioned it, there's definitely more to this village than meets the eye, right?
Yeah, I think we're focused on the wrong thing here. This is where the kingdom of Remuria's remains lay at rest. So, how big was such a glorious and prosperous nation, really?
Oh, well, now that you say that, I mean, this little town looks a whole lot bigger.
Hey, look, guys,
Now,
it's a
that's
swimming
neat
cat.
trick. Anyway, this is where we'll meet a talking cat. With its guidance, we will be able to see the civilization that vanished thousands of years ago.
I wonder if the current
my God,
cat event has anything to do with
Anything
this.
for a talking cat?
As Aaron mentioned at the beginning of the program, King Remus composed a symphony, one with wondrous power that grants the wishes of the human souls dwelling within.
Yes, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I actually, I don't
You're
get it.
so not getting
don't
it.
get
That's okay. I will explain it in a few words. So you'll just have to learn about the symphony by going on an adventure with this little cat. I'll avoid spoiling the adventure itself, but you'll arrive at the Remuria ruins with the cat. The kingdom's remnants slumber in the depths where the sunlight can't reach. You'll meet a dragon in the deep seas.
Dun, dun, dun.
So you'll be able to obtain powers relating to the symphony, which will help you explore the lost realm of Remuria. You'll be able to pause the melody within the realm of this ancient civilization. You can also unseal time in places where it stopped.
So these
cool.
powers will let you interact with specific objects in the ruins. You know, that might be useful for solving puzzles during your adventure.
Totally.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, a forgotten statue sits in a recess of the fated castle, silently proclaiming the immortality and glory of a great civilization. It
I think
awaits a
this is the
warrior
dude we're
who
gonna
dared
beat the shit out
challenge
of
the
for
majesty of the ancient ruler.
Arlecchino's
Oh yeah,
essential
that's right.
materials.
The statue of marble and brass will soon be coming as a boss. You can earn all sorts of materials if you manage to beat it in a challenge.
I'm so hyped for it.
Oh my gosh, yes. And Damon, you did such a great job with
Yes, you
introducing
did.
it.
That was great.
Great
That was
work.
great, Damon. Wait, but real quick question. How do we even get to such a remote little island?
That is a great question. Travelers who have already completed the third act of the Archon quest, Song of the Dragon and Freedom, will automatically unlock a teleport waypoint in the village of Petrichor. Hopefully this helps travelers with exploring the new area.
I've heard that this feature will return for many new areas in the future.
So exciting.
I know. So cool. All right, that's all the information that we have about Fontaine
Probably a good
for
thing.
now.
And now, outside of the region, ...
It seems like a new style of rock and roll is getting popular in Inazuma.
Shinyan event?
Yeah! All right, let's all take a short break before we get into the next section. Take a look at today's second redemption code.
Yeah!
All right.
That's a cute headbanging Chiori emote. Hopefully that code's good, chat. Let me test it out real quick. Okay, yeah, it's good. And for YouTube chat as well. Perhaps a Shinyan buff? It's getting cloudy, cold, and cozy here. The weather's been unusually cooler for this time of the year than it has been normally. I know that the well, it's been snowing in a lot of parts of America
Welcome
or
back,
the U.S.
everyone.
Hey!
Okay, I hear that a musical tour
And Zeddy,
is
thanks
coming
for
to
redeeming comfy
Inazuma,
vibes.
and the
Hope you're feeling
organizer
comfy
is
today.
none other than Arataki Ito himself.
Oh, he's back
Max,
for
would you
another
like to tell us
another
more
event.
about it?
Too
It
bad
would be my absolute
Shinyan
pleasure,
isn't
compadre.
here.
So I got a question. Does everyone still remember Dvorak?
Of course, he participated in last year's Lantern Rite, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Both Hu Tao and Shinyan
Thanks for the
performed
the
there.
problem.
That's right. And this time,
Yeah, free
it's
Goro
an
too.
epic
I
tour
suppose
for the
that's
ages,
nice.
organized by none other than Ito and Dvorak.
Oh my gosh, and even the concert name sounds really epic.
Oh yeah. No, the way he says iridescent Arataki rockin' for life tour de force.
Is a new set made for
awesomeness,
Arlecchino?
really
Yeah,
up feeling
whatever the
rock and
one,
roll.
whichever's the one that gives
And the
you
theme of this concert is about
bonus blood
life.
debt or whatever the fuck.
Specifically, it's about
There's
bringing
one
up
set that specifically
Save the
works
lives of
with
countless
whatever
other creatures.
Arlecchino's mechanic was, the whole blood debt
That's
thing.
so
yes.
cute. Adorable. I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I really hope the Music Festival of Life will inspire everyone to unleash their own rock and roll spirit. And I'll let you in on a little secret. Ito himself will personally be performing on the big stage.
What? Oh my gosh, that's gonna be awesome.
Yes, it will be. And here's more exclusive news for you. Dvorak will be giving away a brand new musical instrument to our travelers called the Night Wind Horn. Ooh. So if you enjoy
what-
playing music
what
in
trumpet's
real life,
that called?
or especially if you
I know
enjoy
there's like a
playing music in the
specific
game,
name
be
for
sure to
that
check
kind
it
of
out.
trumpet.
I'm looking forward to seeing more amazing performances from all the great musicians out there.
Are you now? Well, since you're so excited about it and the festival, why don't you help launch the Arataki Rockin' for Life Tour to Force of Awesomeness? Yeah, I'll try to. All right, there's 3 steps to preparing for the festival. Number 1.
French horn,
Extreme
yeah.
Carnival
Of course.
Ensemble. We can practice getting into the flow with some rhythm games while the stage is still coming together.
Wow, those keys look really unique.
Yeah, they really are. And the second task is called the Trillion Trinket Trawl. Say that 3 times fast. The Trillion Trinket
It's
Trawl.
time
The
to
Trillion
do
Trinket
it.
Trawl. The
Yep.
Trillion Trinket Trawl. I did it.
Do
We
time.
can't have a rockin' music festival without a rockin' venue. So, travelers will be helping Dvorak spruce it up with his list of items.
It's a piece of cake, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And lastly, we have the Meeting of Melodies. Can't have a party without adoring fans, so we gotta invite fellow music lovers to come jam with us. After listening to their tunes, we can restore the missing music notes.
Oh,
Does
so
he
we'll
think
be
it's a
able to
flute
hear
or
them
something? Who
sing.
Ito? It would be
That
very
is
on
super
brand for him
exciting.
if he does.
Yes, that's the point. Music gets you pumped. And after we've rocked out to the pure spirit of music awesomeness in Inazuma, over in Mondstadt, we'll be dancing to a tense and thrilling tune.
Hold up, hold up. What do you
Would
mean by
be
tense and thrilling?
very
Doesn't mean anything
appropriate.
if I say Wind Trace, Seekers and Strategy has finally arrived.
Trace return.
Yes.
How long has it been
I
since our
love
last
Wind
Wind Trace, actually?
And,
It's
and
been
yeah,
a
It
while.
can get a little tense
Has it been at least
times.
like 2
Well,
years?
the new name implies that the game has undergone
at least
some
a year, I
mechanics
think.
changes, yeah?
Yeah, you're correct. That's very intuitive of you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you'll be playing hide and seek as rebels and hunters, just like before, but there are a few new rules. Yeah, when rebels are captured for the first time, they'll be exiled to the surveillance zone for a short period of time. Now, they will be automatically freed after their time out, but also their friends can try to help them escape the zone early. But if you get sent to jail twice, you're permanently deleted from the game.
Ooh, that does sound tense and thrilling.
Right?
And that's not all. Oh no, each round will have 6 signaling devices, which will prevent nearby rebels from disguising or concealing themselves. The rebels' goal is to repair these devices while also avoiding capture.
Oh no,
Once
you
they
were talking
repair
about how
4 devices,
Trav
they
was
win the
holding
match.
the thing.
Oh,
Oh,
and
okay.
rebels can work together
Gotcha.
to repair these devices. And hunters will either need to prevent the rebels from repairing
Yeah,
the
I'm
signaling
not
devices,
familiar
or
with,
they can simply eliminate their
instruments, so.
If you team up with friends, then watching these games should be a blast.
She gets it. She gets
Not Wind
it.
Trace,
But the
I
next
mean,
part is even more thrilling.
Most
When
most
rebels are
Genshin
fixing the
players
signaling
love Wind
device,
Trace,
the
so
device being
I'm
repaired
happy for
will
them
enter
at
the
least. But
high-speed signaling state.
oh, this is
What does
some
it mean?
Dead by
It means it'll
Daylight
give
shit.
off a light visible by every player in the area.
Yeah, this is
In
just
fact,
DBD.
The device will even be marked on the minimap.
Ooh, okay. So that means that repairing the device
Very clever to
Oh my gosh. It's these sort of
transition
unexpected risks that
Wind
can be
Trace
the most
gameplay into a
nerve-wracking.
DBD clone,
This is gonna
basically.
be
That's actually
super
pretty cool.
interesting to play.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And in another event, travelers will receive a rather strange commission.
What do you mean, rather strange?
What I mean is, there's a chef who's famous for using unusual ingredients, and he wants to make friends with a pyro regisvine.
Huh?
Oh yeah, and not just a Pyro Regisfine, he also wants to befriend a Primo Geoviscia, and a Jade Plume Terror Shroom, and the Millennial Pearl Seahorse.
Huh?
You guys heard me the first time. Yeah, I thought you would react this way. Anyway, a chef recently returned from a trip to Natlon, and he started getting some ideas. He thought he should toughen himself up by having his own companion. You know, just like how people from Natlon have Saurian companions.
That makes sense. Kind of. Wait.
All right, JoJo
did you
fans,
say
thanks for
that
hanging
he
out, man.
came
We'll catch you next
from
time.
Natlon?
Have a good one.
Listen, Damon. If you want to
Oh,
know the
okay,
details, go check out the event when the version is live, all right? But for now, it's time for me to introduce the game club.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
We hear you.
All right, you got it.
You got
In
it.
this challenge, you can adjust the difficulty and your negotiation strategies. If you've got the guts, then you can take on fearless difficulty. You can also talk to Ranjit to adjust the number of negotiation strategies. So if you reduce them, it amps up the challenge difficulty, giving you the perfect opportunity to test your skills.
Cool.
Both active strategies
this is
and
a,
long-term strategies are available. You can trigger active strategies
This is a
at will.
quote
However,
challenge event
your
disguised
opponent's
as
HP
a
and low
casual
will
event.
change depending on the number of strategies that you've picked.
Ooh, that's cool.
So, yeah. So you've got to choose your favorite strategies to come out on top. Play to your strengths.
Wow.
Noted.
And moving on, travelers should be familiar with our next event, Vibro Crystal Applications.
Ooh, it seems like the event involves connecting different vibrating crystals in order to generate different effects.
Now, we've had this
Aaron, I
event
am
before, right?
So impressed by how intuitive you are.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. That means
That is
so
I believe
much.
this is a returning event.
Yeah, well, I meant it. Each round requires 2 teams. Before each battle, you can set up Vibro Crystal
Yeah, it's
harmonics plans for
another
each of your
combat
teams.
event, yeah.
This will allow you to receive different combat buffs when you combine transmitter crystals and receiver crystals.
Basically, the transmitter crystal decides the trigger condition, while the receiver crystal determines the buff that your team gets as a result. By connecting them in different combinations, you can create varying harmonic effects. It's your custom buff plan.
Wow.
Spot on, Sarah Miller Cruz.
Thank you.
And you gain a harmonic point for each time that you trigger a harmonic effect. You can get even more combat bonuses if you accumulate enough harmonic points. Each challenge will have different trial characters, so you can choose the harmonic buff that works best for your team setup.
Nice.
Be sure to maximize your points if you want to exchange them for rewards.
Nice. Also, the Genius Invocation TCG event, the Forge Realms Temper, will be returning in version 4.6. The Heated Battle mode will also receive an update, so don't miss out, duelists.
And there's going to be an overflowing mastery event, so you can more easily train up the characters who need the extra boosty boost.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Max. You just did an amazing job.
that was impressive.
Thank you,
introducing all
Sarah.
that.
Oh, thanks,
And
guys.
since you introduced so many events in one go, I feel like you deserve a little break.
You know what? Yes, you agree?
I was gonna say, I agree.
too.
I agree. So how about now, let's check out the
last redemption code.
Yay!
Alright. Code number 3. Hopefully I got this right. And over YouTube chat as well. Cool. Work today is gonna suck. Are they forcing us to play TCG with this event again? I don't think so. No, it's just a separate TCG update. But none of the actual in-game events seem to involve TCGs, so I think you're fine for now.
Welcome back, everyone. Next up, we're presenting some information about improvements for different in-game systems.
Let's see what you got.
First up, we have some updates for the Serenity Pot, such as the Quick Obtain feature. Instead of having to navigate a bunch of menus, you can use this feature to put
Oh, this
all
only took them
missing
2 fucking
furnishings
years to
into a
put in.
queue,
Holy
where you
fuck.
can use one click
Why
to
did it take them
purchase
this
any
long?
missing components and then craft your
Jesus
desired
fucking Christ.
piece.
Ooh, that does actually sound very convenient.
So convenient, so convenient. The avatar system will also be updated, so you'll be able to use more portraits of your familiar friends as your profile display.
Oh,
that's fun.
Oh, that mask is Hanachiru Sato, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's Arama
You bet.
and the Thunderbird and Rue.
At least TCG is
and
better
more.
than Wind
This is
Trace.
amazing.
So
In the
many
sense that you
more.
don't
I'm
have to
sure
play
lots of
TCG,
travelers
maybe.
Treasure compasses have also been updated. Its markers will be displayed on both the large map and the mini map. The compasses will also include information about different map layers.
Sweet.
Way more intuitive.
It's
Would've
time
liked
to
this when I
eradicate
was going
all the
through,
maps with 99%
Fontaine.
exploration progress.
Heck yeah!
Exploration!
Eradication.
Yes. Now that we've gone over some updates to the game systems, it's
Why
time
wasn't
to
that
talk
shit in the
about some
beginning of the
Genshin
game?
Impact soundtrack news.
Let's go music.
Yeah, that's right. Genshin Impact's third Fontaine OST, Cantus Aeternus,
Low Prairie
will
and
debut
back
during
end
version
dev. Well, yeah,
4.6.
obviously.
This album features original music created by the Hoyo Mix team for the new region of Fontaine.
These are more
and
rhetorical questions than I'm
related
asking here.
content.
Ooh, yeah.
Music is my favorite.
So hyped.
Oh no, y'all! It looks like there's nothing left for us to present.
Fucking
I know,
artificial
I know.
content
So,
updates.
I think that means it's time for this special program to come to a close.
Say it's not so.
Is there anything else that y'all
No,
want to share while the travelers
no
are
Abyss
watching?
update or whatever. At
We
least
need
not
to
now.
have an answer right now in this moment.
It's okay, you've got
Now.
this. You've got
Okay,
this.
okay, I'll make
go.
it easy and just be very selfish and say that I'm just so incredibly excited for Arlecchino. We did a lot of work with her. I think she's really cool, and I can't wait for everyone else to see
Claim
how
all
cool
took
she
all their
is.
budget, it seems. Yeah, please understand, small
So
indie company
freaking
here.
Cool, and I love the whole quest and everything secret that I can't talk about right now.
Trickle
But
down
I am
artificial
also really
content
excited for
system,
that and
mhm.
Linny's involvement
Gotta play the
in said
long
things,
game.
And that's all I'm gonna say right now, guys.
It's so hard to talk about this without spoiling anything, but I'm
know.
so excited for you guys to experience this concert. It is so good, and all I can say is that I had more fun recording for this part of Genshin Impact than I've had in a long time recording. So,
Oh my gosh,
it's gonna
that's
be fun.
amazing. Wow, I'm excited for all of those things too, and I'm also really pumped for the Wind Trace Festival because I love it so much. And it sounds like there's a ton of awesome things coming in version 4.6, so I hope everyone's excited.
Yes, I am.
Yay! Wow, okay, I just have to say, this was so fun being here with you today.
I'm so
y'all.
glad I got to be here with you guys.
This
fun,
was
guys.
such a great
Thank you.
time. So thanks for being here, and I think that's all we've got for this program. So we will see you all in game.
See you guys in the
Bye.
game.
Minor spelling mistake. Minor spelling mistake. Ah, no. Anyways, that was the event, or that's the stream. Also, I just noticed what the fuck is Miko doing in the back there? Whatever. Anyways. We wait for 4.7. Yep, pretty much. Thinking about starting Genshin because Arlecchino looks cool. Do you think it'll be worth it? I mean, yeah, if you enjoy gacha games, you want to give Genshin a try, then sure. However, I would suggest that you be in the mindset to play a casual game. Don't go into Genshin Impact expecting a hardcore game. Like, you can play it like a hardcore as if it were a hardcore game, but I would advise you not to do that. Like, just play the game for the characters and for the vibes and for the exploration content, and not really much more than that, really, to be honest. But if you just want to start the game because you really like one character in particular, then sure, there's nothing wrong with that. Plenty of people have picked up gacha games all because of one character, so yeah, it's a common thing. Very common. So yeah, if you're okay with playing what's, you know, a mainly casual gacha game, then sure. And for the lore, I guess so. If you're the type to enjoy lore, I guess. Enjoying gacha is not a requirement for Genshin. I mean, technically speaking, enjoying gacha for any gacha game is not a requirement if you don't want to deal with it. To be fair. To be fair, it never was a requirement. Let's see, attack percent, whatever, don't care. Let's see, attack percent, defense. This would have been nice if it were defense percent main stat, but unfortunately I will continue to go fuck myself. And last one. Quantum, don't care. Fire damage boost, no crit stats though, so that's trash. HP, no, that's still trash. Okay. Hey. Mostly useless triple ornament set event. Hey, at least we have more relic fodder at the very least. Cool. Cool beans. But anyways, hopefully y'all enjoyed the Genshin preview stream. I'm just looking forward to Arlecchino. Personally. She seems cool. And I will add yet another Triple Crown candidate to my lineup of Triple Crown candidates. Very exciting. I think currently, who do I want to Triple Crown? I think I wanted to Triple Crown Shenyun, and then Chiori, and then Arlecchino up next. Something like that. So. Something like that. Is there anything else I need to do on Star Rail? Because I've already used up my Trailblaze power for today. Or for now, at least. Let's see. I actually have to go through the story, 2.1 story, because I wanted to pre-farm for Aventurine's trace materials, but I can't actually access them right now, I don't think. So I have to start going through the story soon at some point. Hopefully it'll be... How much more time do we have? 5 more days? Aventurine's banner is going to switch soon, actually, then. Or it'll be next week, actually, so... So honestly, I'll probably have to go through 2.1 story next weekend. But I want to make my Acheron guide first, and then work on my Panacony Stories mid video that I keep talking about, so... Hopefully I can get both of them done by this weekend, like over this weekend. I'll have to see. Surprised Eula isn't a candidate. I mean, she's hot and all, but she's not a Triple Crown candidate for me personally. The fact that I'm more of a titty guy than I am an ass guy probably has something to do with that too. Though, to be fair, I always see every fucking Eula fan art I've seen on Twitter and on fucking the cardboard box. Like, everybody gives Eula huge fucking massive titties, so, like, I'm basically fucking gaslit into thinking Eula has fucking massive badonkers anyway, so... It's like, what's the fucking difference at that point? Weirdly not excited for... I mean, that's fine. That's understandable, too. Because, like, if you're not excited about the game, then, like, for a lot of people, if you don't already like the game itself, then, like, it's kind of hard for you to get excited for a single character, you know? Like, yeah, I can see the logic there. It's not surprising. You don't typically start new gachas in the middle of their life cycle because you dislike how far behind you can be. Some games, yeah, exactly. That's how I feel too. Yeah. Like, the one exception would be if, like, the gacha game you're talking about, like, has a good track record of, like, bringing back old content on a regular basis, but you don't know that going into a gacha game. You have to, like, have somebody else who's already been playing the game to tell you, oh, like, oh no, this game, like, brings back old content, like, on a regular basis. But, like, if the game that you want to try out's only been out for, like, what, like half a year or some shit, or, like, not even a year, maybe up to a year, you still don't really know how that game's gonna operate, right? Like, unless you're fucking Snowbreak or something, where they bring back, like, old content, like, old skins and such, like, I don't know, like, fucking after, like, a couple months, maybe, then that's a different story, but, yeah, not all games are like that, obviously, so, yeah, no, I get you. I'm the same way. I like starting games as soon as, I like starting gacha games as soon as they come out, yeah. Just so that I don't have to feel like I missed out on any potential content. That FOMO's got me by the balls and shit. Recently started getting Primos from Teapot, so the update is great for you. Yeah, man, they should have had that fucking update like years ago, or like months ago. Like, I don't know what took them so long to fucking implement that shit, man. And again, rhetorical question, I know why they didn't fucking put that shit in, because it's low priority shit for them, but, like, holy fuck. Like, I remember, what, like 2 years ago, back when they first put in the Teapot, like, trying to, like, go around and, like, build everybody's, like, unique, or maybe not unique, but, like, everybody's preferred, like furniture sets and shit. Like, holy fuck, that shit was annoying. Because, like, you had to look up, like, every individual, like, material that they needed, right? Oh, what kind of wood they want, right? You have to actually go out there and fucking farm that shit. I mean, you still do, but then, like, you had to look it up on, like, a fucking, on, like, a separate website, because the game wouldn't, like, fucking, like, pin it to your taskbar or some shit, right? Oh, here's what you need. Like, here's an easy access, like, window that shows you, like, oh, this is what you're looking for. It's like, no, you had to, like, either remember, like, which, like, sorts of wood you needed for, like, certain furniture pieces of that set, and then you had to look up where you can fucking farm that shit on yet another third-party website, like on the Teva interactive map or whatever, and then you had to go out there and fucking farm that shit, and you had to come back into your Teapot, which, you know, there's like 3 or 4 loading screens right there already. And then you had to fucking go to your, the fucking Teapot burb, and then have him fucking build that shit for you. Like, holy fuck, the process was so goddamn annoying. Like, after a while, I just said, fuck it, I'm not gonna deal with this anymore. Like, even though I know they technically give you primos, it's like, holy fuck, dude. The whole process was a massive fucking pain in the ass, man. God fucking damn. It's about fucking time they actually changed that shit. Or, like, optimized it or streamlined it somehow. Because, god damn, that shit was annoying. So I fucking pray to God that shit is not as annoying as before, at least. Hey, Muhammad, welcome back, man. How's it going? Hey, Nautico, how's it going, man? Welcome back. Did you pull Bay and Nika? Not yet. I don't know if I will. I would like to, because she's hot. But currently, I have to be very stingy with my pulls in Nika, especially when we have our half anniversary right around the corner, like basically 3 weeks from now. So, and it looks like Bay isn't exactly like meta, or she's not that strong. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to save. I'm gonna just have to put her on my wish list and pray that I get her that way, I guess, or get spooked by her or something. Her and Clay, assuming we get Clay as our like second event rate up character, but we'll see. But yeah, I wish I could roll for Bay, but unfortunately not. What do you think about the solo leveling gacha? I think I've heard about that. It looks like a Souls gacha. I think I've heard about some gacha games out there being basically like Soulsborne games or like Souls-like games. But if so, I mean, that's pretty cool. Hopefully it's actually based on skill and not fucking wailing for like the best gear and shit. Who is the solo leveling gacha made by? I mean, solo leveling is a Korean manhwa, mana. So I would assume the developers are Korean. Even then, I'm sure that they could have outsourced it to like a Japanese developer / studio or whatever. So maybe they're not Korean, but Netmarble, okay, it's over. It's so fucking over. It was over before it even began. Fuck that shit. Hell no. It's Netmarble. Alright, that's already fucking pay to win already. Fuck the Koreans, man. Wishlist is a really good mechanic. Yeah, one of the better features of Nikke for sure. Bay is super odd and Clay is huge. What, in terms of titty size? I'm sure she is. Oh, just realized now my music is done. I'll just jam out some Dreamwake, I guess. Brings back bad memories of Lineage 2. Anytime I see a fucking big name Korean publisher on that shit, nope. Not touching that shit. I already know what's gonna happen. Korean publishers can go fuck themselves. Choco or vanilla? Both. Both is good. Now if you're asking me like in terms of like candy, like flavor, then chocolate. I much prefer chocolate over vanilla. But then again, I always remember whenever my family would go to like a buffet or something, and I would go grab dessert from like the ice cream machine. I would always go for the chocolate vanilla swirl, the ice cream flavor that has both of them. So, hey, both of them, if you can help it. The solo leveling gacha is basically just a quick cash grab, just like the DMC gacha game. Yeah, why am I not fucking surprised? White chocolate or just standard black chocolate? I like regular chocolate. I have a sweet tooth even to this day, so milk chocolate is my favorite by far. But I have lately I have noticed that I am starting to like cookies and cream a lot more these days. Or yeah, I'm starting to like the cookies and cream flavor a lot more these days. Yeah, I said that right. DMC as a gacha game? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I just don't know how good it is. Like hell, even Street Fighter has their own gacha game. I think it's called Street Fighter Duel or some shit. But I heard that the global localization is kind of shit. To be honest, they did make really good fights where if you don't dodge, you'll get stuck even if you wail, like the Igris fight. I mean, cool. Will they keep that up though? Because in my experience, Korean publishers will always find a way to eventually make their games trash. So I'm sure it could be good now, but my concern is that it won't stay good a year out from now, because that's what happens with almost every game that is underneath like a major Korean publisher like Netmarble or Nexon or whatever the fuck. Hey, Car. Hey, what's going on, man? Hopefully you've been doing well. Speaking of Korean gacha publishers, did you see gacha rates were tampered with in Maple Story? No, but I'm not surprised, because this is Nexon we're talking about, and Nexon can go fuck themselves. Time to fry. You know the meme, Seru. Fellow time to fry enjoyer. Makes sense because it's published by Crunchyroll. Yeah, that's what I heard. So yeah, them being Street Fighter Duel being published by Crunchyroll. Yeah, no fucking wonder. Gee, the publisher that was in charge of what were they in charge of it? Oh yeah, that's right. They were in charge of Princess Connect, right? Preco EN. Or Preco NA or whatever, or Preco Global or whatever the fuck. Wouldn't be surprised if other publishers possibly mess with the rates in the background. Oh yeah, for sure. Like if they're a big name Korean publisher like Netmarble or Nexon, oh yeah, you can immediately pass off most of the shit as just complete fucking garbage. Like their history, their track record is way too fucking tainted to like trust them in any capacity. Even if their games start out good, like most of the games start out good, but then eventually with the passage of time they turn to shit because Nexon and NetEase and actually I don't know if NetEase is a Korean company, but I know Netmarble is. But yeah, all these big name like the big Korean publishers and shit like that, they eventually turn everything that they own, almost everything they own, into fucking complete and total shit. NetEase is Chinese? Okay, well, I mean, I suppose that's barely better, but it was Nexon that got sued by the Korean Trade Commission for tampering with shit. But of course, it's not something about Koreans and game publishing that don't quite add up here. I wonder why. All right, Nuclear, thanks for hanging out, man. Have a good night, or have a good one. It's not. I don't know if it's nighttime for you, but yeah, have a good one, man. Appreciate you sticking around, but we'll catch you next time. You only know because they made that horrible Diablo gacha. Oh, Diablo Immortal. How would you rate gacha companies by their country? I wouldn't go that far, at least not quite yet. Cause like there are exceptions in every country, right? Like, I can't really judge Chinese gacha games for their publishers because like their studios or publishers because like there are so many fucking Chinese gacha games now. Where it's like, okay, well, if you have that many gacha games coming out of a single region, you're bound to get a couple at least good ones, right? Honestly, simply because of that, I would actually put my faith the most in Chinese gachas, as weird as that feels, as that is for me to say. Because these days, Japanese gacha games or Japanese studios, gacha studios or publishers or whatever, they care too much about, I mean, they always have, but they always care way too much about their home audiences. They don't take enough risks because they don't want to, in terms of like trying to expand their player base overseas. And so for the most part, Japanese gacha games like tend to stick to themselves. They tend to only cater to their home audiences in Japan. And so like Japanese gachas getting like global servers, that's a bit of a, you know, for a lot of Japanese gacha games, that's a bit of a reach. Like, you'd have to have like an IP that like already has like a significant overseas like presence or like following for them to even consider like making a separate global server or something like that. And even then, even then, as you saw with like games like, I don't know, fucking Preco and shit, like that's not always, you know, that doesn't always work. Preco and Magia Record, EN and shit, right? And other Japanese gacha games that tried expanding overseas, like Senno Nigus or whatever. So honestly, I would have the lowest faith in like Japanese gachas. Honestly, it's between Japanese companies and then Korean companies that I'm just kind of like, ugh. Like, would you really want to trust them? I mean, technically, you can trust Japanese studios more, just because if you're willing to put up with like playing the Japanese servers, then you can trust that they'll do a good job of like actually running the game. But even then, you can always have like exceptions where, like, for example, that one Taimanin gacha game or whatever, like apparently they fucked up that game so badly that like even I heard about it. Yeah. So like, you never know. Like, they can still screw up massively. So you kind of always run that risk. But most Japanese gacha games are, I would say, well run. Their main problem is that if you're an overseas fan and you want to play some of these Japanese gacha games, well, you can go fuck yourself. Because either a lot of them are only available through like DMM, which is mostly region locked, I'm pretty sure. So you'll need to have a VPN in order to play them, or like try to figure out some sort of workaround to play them. Or something like that, yeah. So it's mainly their accessibility, I would say, as from the perspective of a foreign fan, of a foreign gacha game player. Mainly. For Korean gacha games, it would be, okay, well, check their publisher. Who's their publisher? If they're a big name publisher like Nexon or Netmarble, oh, you can. I would tell you not to touch them with a 10-foot pole. But with even then, there are exceptions too. Like, for example, Blue Archive is a fantastic casual gacha game that is published by Nexon technically, but that's a major exception because Blue Archive's main fan base is in Japan, and so Nexon does not want to piss them off no matter what. So they're forced to behave with Blue Archive. So you know that Blue Archive is in a safe spot for the most part. Because if it's not, if Nexon tries to do anything funny, the Japanese players will be all up in their ass about it. So yeah, like that's kind of an exception though, you know. So like yeah, check their publisher, check their studio. If they're associated with with any like big name Korean company, then you know that's pretty sus. But if they're not, right? If they're more of an independent studio and publisher, like for example, Limbus Company, because I'm pretty sure Limbus Company is managed by a pretty small Korean team, if I'm not mistaken, then yeah, you can probably trust that kind of a game more, because in that case you have the benefit of like both worlds, if you can think of it like that, where it's like you have the quality of a Japanese studio. But also the accessibility of like Koreans wanting to reach out and you know doing whatever they can to make sure that their IP is as successful as it can be, right? Because obviously they can't exactly cater to their own Korean audience because you know their own home Korean audience is way too small, so they have to expand overseas. That is. So like if you can find like hidden Korean gems, like for example Limbus Company, then sure. Yeah, I would say that's a safe bet. To say that, oh yeah, that's a good gacha game. As good as gacha games can be. But I would say, ironically, the safest bet would be with Chinese gacha games. Or like, their reputation is probably the best, ironically. You know, despite being Chinese. Simply because, like I said, there are so many Chinese gacha games out there. There are so many Chinese fucking software companies and developer studios and publishers and shit like that, where like the Chinese are always cranking out gacha games, right? So at the rate at which they're making gacha games, they're just fucking pumping out gacha games. There are bound to be some. Most of them are going to be trash. Right, most of them are just going to be you know, pointless, like fucking copycat, you know, or the stereotypical, oh, we're Chinese, we're going to fucking copy and steal every IP under the sun, sort of bullshit. But every once in a while, you'll come across, like, there will be one Chinese studio that's a little bit different. They're like, you know, that's trying to do their own thing and like come up with something that's actually unique and do a good job about it. And because, again, there are so many Chinese studios, turns out there's going to be quite a few, you know, actually good Chinese gacha games, right? So, in that sense, like, there's no end to. There's quite a good selection of different Chinese gacha games that you can pick from that are high quality and have development studios that actually care about maintaining an overseas presence or like a foreign fan base. So honestly, I would put my faith in Chinese gachas the most, actually, simply because again their turnout rate of gacha games is so high that you're bound to find one that you'll probably like. So. Would you say the worst are Chinese or Korean? Well, it depends on what your angle is. Like, do you care about game quality or do you care about accessibility? Because if you care about game quality, then you should probably trust the Japanese more. If you care just more about just being able to play your like a gacha game in your own language, then probably the Koreans. Probably. Like Uma Musume, yeah, exactly. Fucking Psy games, bro. Well, I'd be streaming the Nikkei 1.5 anniversary stream if it's during a good time, maybe, but I guess we'll see. I guess I'll see if you're even allowed to restream it. What Japanese gachas are global? I mean, that's a good question. I mean, obviously games like FGO are global. FGO, what else? Like, I know Konosuba technically has a gacha game, but like, isn't that published by Nexon? Which is fucking weird to think about. But yeah, Zadie, that's a good question. All I can think of is just FGO for now. I'm sure there are other Japanese gachas that do have like global servers. Actually, maybe some of the Dragon Ball gacha games are. I would imagine some of the Dragon Ball gacha games are developed by Japanese studios, but have overseas servers. But I mean, it's Dragon Ball, so of course they're gonna be popular, you know? Does Azure Lane count as Japanese if they're stationed there? Not really. I would still consider Azure Lane to be a Chinese gacha game. And remember, only their publisher moved over to relocated to Tokyo. Manju itself is still mainland Chinese, I'm pretty sure. So no, I would not consider Azure Lane to be Japanese at this point. It's still Chinese in my opinion. The Bleach gacha has a global server. Okay. Do you think if FGO would have been developed by any other company, it would be better than now? Hard to say. Hard to say. Maybe if they, if we put FGO into the hands of like a gacha company or studio that we know is really, really good, like say for example MiHoYo, then maybe. But it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. Simply because FGO is so old, and it wasn't intended to become super successful. Like it just kind of got lucky and got super successful anyway. It wasn't designed from the ground up to be like a commercial hit right off the bat, like say for example Genshin Impact or like Honkai Star Rail were. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, at least in my opinion. It's kind of easy for us to sit here and say, oh, if only FGO was handled by another company like MiHoYo or somebody. Yeah, obviously. Like that would be super easy to argue, but like, cause you know, hindsight is 20/20 and all that, so we just don't know. I just don't know. Grand Blue Fantasy doesn't have a technically doesn't have a global server. I believe it has like an official English translation, which is nice, I guess, but it doesn't have its own dedicated global server. Like I'm pretty sure everybody plays on the Japanese server, which honestly, in my opinion, that's actually ideal. If everybody was just part of the same server, but then the game just has different like official translations. Hey Fear, how's it going, man? Welcome back. You don't like Japanese games? They lock down their shit real hard. Yeah, they region lock them. Yeah, that's what I mentioned earlier. Accessibility is the biggest pain in the ass when it comes to Japanese gachas, because yeah, there are a ton of great Japanese gachas out there, but they're like fucking under DMM or some shit, which means that they're region locked. So it's like, okay, well, if you're a foreigner living outside of Japan, but you want to play a game like, I don't know, Sennon Aegis or like like one of the Taimanin games, then yeah, you can go fuck yourself, because we hate foreigners. Fuck you. JP Blue Archive region locked you during their anniversary? Oof. Really? That sucks. I thought you could just play the Japanese server for Blue Archive anytime you wanted. But then again, it doesn't surprise me that they did that, though, to be fair. How's it going? Hey, JP, how's it going, man? How's it going? I'm tired, man. Tired and stressed. Because, if you didn't know already, I started a new job. I was able to get a new job recently. And my first day was, what, 2 days ago? And boy, oh boy, I fucking hate the commute, man. Ugh. That's gonna take some getting used to. Ugh. And it's gonna suck not being able to make content as often as I was able to before I got the job, so. Ugh. Hopefully I can make it through. Hopefully I can get used to it soon. Now payment processors are starting to be, go to shit with JP Global storefronts. Yeah, exactly. You into any sports? Not really. If I were to follow one, then maybe it would be basketball. Because I at least understand basketball. Like, I don't really understand football. I guess I understand, like, soccer. Or what the rest of the world calls it, actual football. But, like, I don't enjoy watching that as much as I enjoy watching, for example, basketball. So, I don't know. But, nah, not really. I don't really follow any sports, to be honest. The hours, like, it's technically an 8-hour shift, the usual 9 to 5, but we do have an hour for lunch, so technically I'm there, so in reality I'm there for a lot longer. Like, I'm there for 9 hours instead of 8. Not to mention I have an hour commute going there and coming back, so that's what, like, fucking 11 hours out of my day right there already. So, ugh. Fucking blows, man. Like, if I stick around that job for an extended period of time, like, let's say for example I'm still working there, like, I don't know, 6 months out from now, like, I'm gonna try to ask him if I can if I can, like, go for like a hybrid remote work schedule where I take like I come in the first 4 days of the week and I just, you know, work from home on Friday or something. But, like, I'm not gonna be able to ask that anytime soon, because I actually still need to learn how to do the job first, so. Ugh. You thought the 8 hours included lunch? Not here, man. Not fucking here. Might have to look for a new place to stay. I mean, that's actually something that I have been considering, because technically I own my current place. I'm a homeowner. So what I could do to make a little bit more money is I could look for like a place that's a little bit closer to my workplace. So obviously I don't have to drive it out, I don't have to drive out as far. Thanks King Bama for the 5 gifted, by the way. Greatly appreciate it, man. Yeah, I could just rent out a hopefully cheap apartment or something. Like scout for like a cheaper apartment closer to my workplace, and then yeah, just rent out my current home. Yeah, and then hopefully I'll be able to make a little bit of money off the side off that as well. Like, I've been thinking of doing that. Either that or like maybe basically have a tenant and just live with my own tenant, I guess. I don't know, that'd be kind of weird. But like I at least have options because I am a homeowner, so I haven't decided on anything quite yet so far. But yeah, I guess I'll have to see. But yeah, I just want to get used to whatever I'm going through right now, and then once I've somewhat adjusted to this new schedule that I've got, then I want to think about, like, you know, handling some other stuff. Like, I just want to get some money first. That's the most important thing. Like, maybe I think I'll keep at this for at least another month or so. Like, I think 3 months just to be safe, just so I have some money to work with at the very least. And then I'll go from there and see if I want to, like, take action on any of my options that I have. So yeah, right now I'm just in the transition process, so I'm just fucking tired and stressed. Ugh, it's not fun, but gotta tough it out, I guess. Commute really is just ass anywhere in the world, huh? Like, I wouldn't mind it so much if I lived in somewhere like Japan, for example, or hell, even South Korea, where, like, you know, public transit is really good, right? So at least in that sense, I don't need to worry about, like, oh, having my own car and shit like that, because, oh my god, like, that was my biggest problem, when it came to, like, because when I finally, like, got this job offer, or got the offer for this current job that I have, my biggest problem became, okay, so now that I have the job, like, I need to actually somehow get there. And remember, like, I turned in my old car, or my last car, because it was a leased car, back last July. So up until now, like, it's technically, even still, I don't have my own car. I'm, like, literally borrowing a car from my family right now. And, like, holy shit, like, the insurance loopholes that I had to fucking hop through in order to, like, make it so it's technically okay for me to drive a car that's not mine and still have an insurance policy for that. Like, holy fuck, dude. Like, that shit is way more complicated than it needs to be. But, like, at least I have a ride now. But, like, now I have to worry about fucking paying my own car insurance. I have to think about, like, getting my own car, because, again, I don't own the car that I have right now. It's just temporary. It's only meant to be temporary. So I have to go fucking get out there and either lease my own car, or more likely than not, I'll just probably buy an old fucking used car for a couple grand, and then, like a reliable model that's hopefully not too beat up, and then just roll with that until, like, you know, maybe I can lease out a better car in the future or something. I don't fucking know. How are gas prices? I mean, it's I live in Southern California, so they're probably pretty bad. I think they've started to go back up to $5 a gallon, so that's not great. Is the traffic there bad? Oh yeah, it's actually not too bad, all things considered, but it's bad enough where usually, like, without traffic, me getting from home to my workplace should only take half an hour, but with traffic, it doubles that time. So, and it's both going there and coming back that traffic is bad, because like, the times that I go to work and come back, that's when everybody both goes to work and comes back from work. So it's fucking awful. Not as bad as I thought it would be. I was expecting just fucking traffic jams everywhere, but, like, there are some traffic jams, but thankfully it's not as bad as I was expecting, but it's still kind of bad. So again, it turns what should be a half-hour commute into a full hour commute, both going and coming back. So it's not exactly great, you know. Toyota Camry or like a Corolla or something. Yeah, exactly. You really need to gamble and hope that there's no traffic. It's either that or go early, but, like, why the fuck would I want to go early, you know? Yeah, just fucking blows no matter how you look at it. I mean, one thing's for sure, though, I will fucking cherish my weekends. That's for fucking sure. The weekends will not have felt better than they have for fucking years for me. That's for goddamn sure. If you go in an hour early, can you dip? No, that's not possible. My office physically doesn't even open until my starting hour. Because on my first day, I actually got there, I think, half an hour early, but no one was in the office. Like, I had to fucking wait my ass there for, like, another, like, 20 minutes until finally another employee came by who had the key to open the fucking office and then, like, open a door for me to go in. So, yeah, that's not even possible. Like, getting there an hour early and then leaving an hour early? Hell no. That's not even an option. Yeah. Like, this is another, like, this is like a mid-size, like a smaller / mid-sized company. definitely a lot bigger than my old company that I used to work at, what, like 2 years ago? Or last year, technically. But it's not that big of a company. So it's not like, you know, it's not like the doors are, like, always open. God. Yeah, I just know today at work is gonna fucking blow dick for me, because I know I'm gonna fucking fall asleep or like start like nodding off at work with how tired I am right now. Like, I tried taking a nap before staying up for the stream, but I just couldn't. Stress is a fucking bitch. What time is it right now? It's 6:30. Okay, I really have to start getting ready to get going, because I probably have to leave home from like a little over an hour from now, so I will have to get going, chat. So appreciate everybody watching the Genshin preview stream. Just wanted to do a quick little stream today at least, because I know I haven't streamed in the past couple of days. Eventually, I want to, like, once I get used to the whole commute and shit, I do want to stream at least a couple days on the weekdays after I come back from work. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to that first, and then obviously I'll try going for weekend streams, or if I don't stream on the weekends, I'll at least, you know, try to work on videos to put up on the YouTube channel or whatnot. So, but yeah, appreciate everybody hanging out. Have a good coffee. I don't even have coffee. Matter of fact, I don't want to take coffee because coffee fucking sends my body into overdrive and makes me fucking piss like a fucking broken faucet. So I don't really trust coffee, to be honest with you. So I don't even have that as an option. But yeah, in any case, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Appreciate you guys watching the stream and the Genshin preview stream along with me earlier today, or like an hour ago. So yeah, catch you guys later. Anyways, who can we send you guys off to? I guess I don't know if I've ever rated Zajev. I'm pretty sure I've rated him like once or twice before, I'm pretty sure, but I'll send you guys over to his stream. Tell him I said what's up. So yeah, have a good night, everybody, and hopefully I'll stream again either later today or over the weekend at some point. So yeah, appreciate everybody. Take care.